What we're going to do is give you some food for thought. You know, I'm getting Charlie a gravy and biscuit this morning. And, you know, we grew up in, those of you my age and older, we grew up when Hardee's was like, that was the place where all the old men went. You know what I'm saying? And they had the little aluminum ashtrays, you know, smoking was inside and shit like that. And man, you didn't get your light because you're in the red light's asshole, buddy. But we grew up in you know, farm life was like you know, you had pigs and chickens and cows and all this other shit. You know, but the animals had some kind of a life. And they also, too, were fed, you know, they didn't have modified substances to give the animals. So the meat that they consumed a long time ago was a lot more, it had more minerals in it that, you know, because what we consume now is about making money. That was about staying alive, no matter what land. And we're born into this pre-existing system of poisoning yourself without you even knowing it. You know, because the gravy can be made from, you know, grease. Well, but the gravy's in powdered form now. You just add water. And think about all that shit in that stuff. You know, but it was like that a long time ago, too. But, I mean, we grew up on gravy and biscuits. You know, sausage, ham. But it's to a point now to where it hurts us. And instead of admitting it, because that's what makes us sick, too, is all the consumption that we eat of the meat. Because what we eat is supposed to be able to digest within about 24 hours. They say the same day, you know, but so when we eat the meat that's modified and the body doesn't process it, what it does is it stores inside the body and becomes poison, ferments and all that shit, and that's what causes the diseases. And but my whole point behind all that is you know, I want to be a dick and make my children eat certain things and do this and this, but I can't. You know, all I can do is live by and lead by example. So when something happens to me, they go through all of my shit, notes and all that. And they have to understand, and you do too, is you got to go, in order to come out of it, you've got to go through it. And everybody, if you're listening to this video, you're going through it. Now you got to come out of it. You know, so I do not deny them what I went through and others, but that have woke up because we were in the sugar phase early in life. My mama would let me buy all that fucking shit in the stores. You know, you play ball games, you get free sodas and suicide drinks when you win, and even when you don't, you get the cups of ice cream, and it's all sugar. It's all going to the pancreas and damaging it. We don't know it. But truthfully, we're some pretty solid genetically made individuals, but not anymore, because, you know, the life is in the blood, and it says it in Scripture. The life is in the blood. Okay, well, if Christ is in the blood, then what are they doing? What's Satan doing through his vaccines? He's taking control of the blood. And they do it through what we eat. So, you know, I do not deny them, because they have to go through the same shit. I played the video games, okay? And that's everywhere. It's normal now. You got fucking Christians, you know, going to school now, their children, to be game designers and shit. you know what's in them games? Space and all this other shit, and symbols, pedophilia symbols. It's crazy. They sneak them in there, and then the subconscious grabs it, which is on a whole nother level. Now, with all that being said, I'm sitting there waiting to get a gravy and biscuit. And you've got a lady up there, and I'm not knocking anybody. We're identifying things for what it is. And she is ordering at the drive-thru. She orders 4 fucking meals at the drive-thru. Okay? She got 2 Diet Cokes and 2 Dr. Peppers, or whatever it was. You know, one for each of the meal. This is breakfast. Okay? And they got a bunch of greasy stuff. Fried stuff. And you need to think about this. That's every morning. For a lot of people. I'm not saying for them. We're using that as an example. Okay? And when we consume that shit every day, we're going to get sick. You're going to get sick. And they already know that most of you smoking them shitty cigarettes, and we're dipping and chewing. So now we're adding to it, to the destruction of the anatomy. And people, they think it's normal because our misleaders, you can go in the store and buy crack pipes, meth pipes. Yeah, in my fucking country, that wouldn't be allowed, and I don't know why you wouldn't be behind that. Everybody in prison right now, if you got behind me, would be out because of the pot and stuff. That's a whole nother story. I ain't getting into that. You know, so let's follow up and let's tie in this. You know, your food stamp card, your EB, or whatever it is, government assistance. You know, a lot of these fast food places take those. A lot of the gas stations, your grocery stores. Okay, the individuals who use those are going to buy the cheapest foods. And they will. You got other people that buy the cards from other people and buy good shit because they've bought it for half the price. But anyways, the majority, when we're looking at this from a collective of all, and a collective of all of it, the individuals are going to go buy more for their buck. So they're going to buy cheaper substances. They're going to buy the snacks, the Kool-Aid packets and all this other shit. They're going to buy the modified meats, the deli meat that has more shit in it than anything. What are you doing, dude? And then what is that going to do? So if they're not getting it through the drive-thru, they're getting it government assistance. And then when all that combines, because some of your genetics are going to be weaker than the others, so some's going to get hit earlier in life with a dis-ease. And it's hereditary, Matt. And the whole time is you don't even know that we do it to ourselves. It's crazy. The orange juice, the fucking milk, all that shit is poison. It's poison. And if you're in some big badass shape and you make a lot of money, let's go do our blood work together and let's fucking see. If you're all damn orange juiced out and you've got the perfect diet and you're just fucking perfect, I'll challenge you to a blood test. Yeah, let's go see a real blood test. Let's see what's going on in there, because it'd have to be selective. I'm not going to your fucking structures and getting shit drawn, never again. Ever. Because I know what they've done, and I know what they do. You know, they put the LeBron Jameses out there and push Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew kills us the same way that the fucking food industry does. Mountain Dew destroys the insides. But they don't talk about it on TV because it's about death. It's about making you sick. Because your head is the mountain and the dew is up there in your brain. Yeah, it's the pia matter that's in your colostrum. That's the dew. the same way the dew, if y'all even know what that is, in the morning sometimes, that's in your head. And now it's gone. It's replaced with Mountain Dew that kills the potassium phosphate in your brain, which is your cerebrum, which is the mountain, which is the kingdom of heaven. This is God. You're an image of God, and He's in there. The consciousness is, it's God, subconscious. But the more we watch TV, the more all those commercials, man, you're stupid, dude. If they care, they love us. And it's like, no, they don't. They could have went the healthy direction a long time ago, and they didn't. They could have taught us about cell salts that you're made of, and now everybody's obese and their cells are corroded. They could have taught us alkaline water, but they didn't. They never fucking taught us to drink water. They put metal pipes in the ground and said, here's your housing. And now slowly that metal and shit has gotten into you, rust and all that, and it adds to what you eat, the pills you take, the fucking food stamp card, eating all that bullshit, getting the 3 for $10 sodas, which kill you more than anything. And then you've been in it your whole life, though. So, but I do tell my children this, and I'm like, you better always remember, the world you're in is not real. Okay? That's all I say. You know, the same way you watch that stupid fucking shit every day on TV, which is Satan, is the same way that it goes into your head, the same way that I'm like, you're in a Matrix. When they get old enough, you need to watch the Matrix trilogy, and you need to pay attention, because that whole fucking movie is about what we're in, and nobody wants to admit it because they're so programmed with TV and that one mega church that they've been going to their whole life, and they point to a structure in the world with a man in a costume over God and Jesus. It is fucking badass. And they eat shit food, worship TV, worship money, worship image, career, status. And that's a horrible spirit to go to the other side with. Especially to some of y'all that are just biting at the teeth right now listening to this. It's like your whole existence is a lie. And that means your schooling, the whole medical industry was put out here based on the destruction of us. And the money's not real anyways. And what I have is the biochemistry, which is the old way before the medical industry, which is not shamanism, it's everything. It's just knowing your body and knowing what you're putting in it. Because if you knew what they put in those fucking meats that you eat every day, you would not eat them. You would be very selective on the meat that you ate. Okay? That's what causes the damn boobs in the boys at a young age. And boobs at a young age in the girls. And then you tie in all the fucking sex on TV and, you know, the slow pedophilia that they're ushering in. Then you can see how they're ushering in everybody's subconscious as well as being a pedophile without even fucking knowing it. Children have access to penis and vagina, however old they are, with a phone in their hand. And those images register to the subconscious. And these Satanists that control us, who gave us all this shit, know that. You have images in your head you saw when you were young. I still do. And that shit fucks with me. Because sex destroys more than drugs and alcohol. And it does. Because when we spill our seed, which is the semen, talks about the dead bodies on the streets in the Bible, that's your semen, because it's you're discharging an electrical current, and you're actually deplugging more. So the more fucking sexed up we are, tied into all what you eat, the alcohol, the sodas, and food stamp cards and all that, the more we have nothing inside of us that is of God anymore. And that's how it's easy to control. You know, but that's the whole thing summed up. Look, there's CVS. Every fucking person in that parking lot is 60 pounds overweight. Yeah, and they're being safe. They're killing every pill they consume, destroys the kidneys, the liver, the enriched flour that we eat. That shit fucking, it's, plaque goes onto your blood vessels, and then what the fuck happens? Alzheimer's and other shit. You know, all they got to do is sneak the shit in what you eat and get out there and say, we're the experts. There's nothing wrong with your food. And they're behind the scenes going, these fucking dummies can't even look at each other and see what we're doing to them. They'll believe anything. and they do. So, you know, that's some food for thought for today. I love you.